He was playing Pit on Inferno, so looked very awkward around the time of their debut. Played some Inferno maps since then. Can't exactly remember how well he's done in that position, but this will be a good test, I think, to look and see if that's still the case or if he is more comfortable. But there will need to be a lot of teamwork and cohesion between him and Elige.
I feel like this could also be one of those maps where maybe he's not as successful. Like on Vertigo, it was the lurks on the T side that really looked good for Shocks. I looked away. What'd I miss? Why is Elige dead?
Elige just swung mid.
What happened? He got slapped. Got spanked. Oh!
Okay, Breeze has shot 2 bullets this round.
Uh-huh.
So that means most likely no one's dead, right? Someone shot 2 bullets. I mean, how could anyone have died?
But instead, 2 people are dead.
Yeah.
Nothing like a P250 T-side pistol round.
Ooh. You can see tug of war in OC's mind between trying to come forward for the reaggression, knowing it's a 3v5, but feeling like they might actually commit forward into him, and maybe he's better off standing here. And it looks like he might have picked the right option. We'll see what he can do. That's the first kill. Split is getting separated a little bit. There's still one player on the A side as well. Liquid don't have the worst position in the world.
Shocks gets 1, but he loses OC, so now he's really under pressure with 3 Ts running at him, and he's down for the count. Nitro's going to rotate in through Library. He's got some utility, but he has no teammates to throw it for, so he'll have to set himself up. Smoke into Flash. Pipe into Pancake. Going to cut off the player towards short at the very least, but then that's when the Graveyard Peak takes him down to 1 health, and Cirque will end it. So Evil Geniuses win the pistol, and for the record, after Breeze shot 2 bullets and got 2 kills, he didn't reload.
Oh, he didn't reload?
He didn't reload.
Wow.
So you know he was going for the 5 bullets, 5 kills.
Yeah, what a boss.
But he peeked mid, died to OC.
And he could have totally reloaded.
Could have easily reloaded.
Yeah, it was on purpose.
It was a
100%.
message.
Yeah.
Ultimately, doesn't matter. He dies, and his teammates use his opening success to move this forward. So Evil Genius is going to go ahead and pick up their first pistol round of this best of 3.
I think one of the very best parts about Inferno is like every round, like even on these pistols, there's a lot to analyze in the different positions.
Yeah.
Because the odds are so high, I feel like, compared to some other maps of winning on the CT side with just force-ups. To the point that it looks very, almost legitimate if you're smart enough. Okay. Elige up in the treehouse will take his first shot.
Could have
fall
been.
back.
Now it's Naf with the 5-7 press close to Arch.
No
2 players about to face him. Flash misses the mark, but Automatic won't. Galils him to the gut.
That would have made Maui furious. Okay, he was so close that a 5-7 would one-shot there.
Maui practiced the 5-7 yesterday for an hour and a half. Just practicing his 5-7.
Well, if it's so easy, why do you have to practice?
It's kind of really bad.
Got the CTs right where they want them. 5v4 with mid-control. Arch open. The ideas are coming. But they aren't splitting B. 30 seconds. They're committing to the A site now. We know that for sure. Late Lurk is going to come out. And it's smoke on Moto. Oh my god.
A dramatic
oh my god,
turn
they're going
of
back
events.
to lane.
Dun, dun, dun. Elige pushing up.
Elige gets his kill.
And they've got that pocket player inside sight. Automatic dies to OC. And then Stewie's going to clear it through the smoke. That's, woo! That one got your blood pumping.
I didn't expect a late Moto smoke. That was very tricky.
That one had EG frazzled for at least 5 seconds.
Yeah.
5-6 seconds. Good job by Stewie to just really alleviate the problem. Sprays through smoke. Ultimately, Liquid don't have all they need, but they made it sketchy.
Very sketchy.
For at least a few seconds. EG, nice conversion. 2-0 the start on the T side of Inferno.
That's a really smart call out. Normally the Moto smoke is what the T's throw. But if you know that it's going to be a Rat Arch, even if they did it quietly, because they left Arch open after Nafly died, they very, very smart call there to block that part of the map off at the 30-second mark, which was when everyone's sweating the most.
Something lost in translation.
It's always so funny to see plans fail, yeah.
Liege, what you got to offer? Breeze is holding the window.
There we go.
Gets the frag he wants. On top of that, we've already had a death here towards B site with Nitro being caught by the MAC-10. A couple dinks off Coffin. Tries to set up OC, but that's 2 more additional kills for EG. And things are going swimmingly for the T side as they gun for the 3-0 start. Now, Shock's is slippery, though. He's a slippery silverfish.
1-on-5. Deagle.
Paint the picture, Launders.
You do it.
And as he sat there posted on balcony, they got closer. And as they got closer, he felt the fire beneath him. The Deagle. Okay. How you... Okay. Nice clean up there, little wall bang.
Have no chance these days.
Again, that's one of those moments where it's like, sometimes, why not? Just shoot the shots.
Yeah.
Look what happened. You shook Shocks to the core. Poor guy can't handle that level of pressure, and so he fumbles the ball. Liquid, I mean, the ball was already fumbled. 3-0 start for EG. Excellent, excellent stuff for the T side of Inferno, but now the challenge begins because OC has an op, and we saw what he could do on Vertigo. Gun rounds up from Liquid. The challenge begins for EG.
Right into mid for OC. Pre-flash to make sure he can't punish anyone jumping into the pit. Volleys of nades go back and forth here from the top and bottom of Banana. And the CT's come out all right. Bit of a one-way here for Shocks. They're still peeking as well. Not being shy about this.
Rush getting ever closer. Ooh, but Nitro slides out for the trade and gets back. He even got tagged from like 10 to 2.
That could have been the site taken. Instead, smoke goes down. OC still up. Automatic gets caught walking backwards towards Banana. Bomb will be recovered. Shocks with the reaggression and Halls could be the right move. Breeze about to turn around. Shocks on his tail. And Breeze jumping into the halls.
Thinking about it. Oh. Or no, just watching backdoor.
Yeah, okay.
If Shocks comes out and clears this. Oh, Breeze. He could be the victim of timing. Oh,
Jesus. Now there's 2. And he thinks that Breeze didn't see him, but he did. Shocks still wins his duel. That's the Shocks we're seeing today.
All right. That looked like Breeze had him dead to rights, but instead we're going to see this last second call to head back to the B site. There's 3 CTs left. There's 2 bomb sites. Mathematically, one of these sites is better to hit than the other. Unfortunately, EG, they're making the wrong call. 15 seconds, and they're going to hit this with Nitro already post.
Oh, he saw it.
Yeah, okay. So, nice, cool, calm, collected, and it'll be a calamity for Evil Geniuses as Liege works around the new box. Bomb actually gets planted in the middle of that. Cirque just got that headshot. They have no business being this close to winning. And now all of a sudden, OC, there are options as to where Cirque has gotten off to. Liege just kind of got frazzled. OC seems very honed in on backside. But again, there's possibilities.
He somehow knows exactly where Cirque is.
He sees it. He feels it in his mind's eye. He'll clutch that, but that's a round that should have been less costly.
That was just a clear mistake from Liege in the target selection. I mean, ultimately, the only thing that recuses him in this situation is if he didn't hear the bomb getting planted, which sometimes that happens where, like, literally just there's no sound for some reason. But in that spot, he would obviously know to kill the planter first because that was it. That was the round. So, all right. Well, they still win. Cost them a little bit more than they should have, but they probably shouldn't. I mean, they shouldn't have lost in the first place. So,
not only costs them more, which look at this buy up, 2 MP9s in the mix for Liquid, but also affords EG even more on top of that. There could be ramifications to come from that if Liquid lose this 5th round.
OC's run right past this, so. In terms of the pathing, he's going to be in a comfortable spot. Breeze is very careful to make sure, just in case, that if there was someone there, that it would take a shot and fall off, but OC just doesn't bite on the shoulder peak.
Nitro running around these corners. Being set up by his 2 other teammates behind him, so that's the MP9s doing good work in terms of shutting down Banana.
That's just how you want to use them, too. Put them both in close range positions to take duels, and Shocks once again finds an opening out of the halls.
Oh, has Automatic locked into the last fight of the round, and Automatic still with a little life left in him. Very little life on 10 HP, but maybe 10's enough. Elige just gets rocked, and that leaves Naf on 22 with these CTs trying to set up the crossfire towards mid. He jumps outwards, and OC up close with the AWP will lock this in. So Liquid, again, winning a round, but again, a couple extra costs at the very end of things.
Yeah.
2 more additional frags there from Automatic will keep EG in a decent enough position, because remember that bomb plant from the round prior? They should be able to buy.
They aren't quite. Yeah, they are. No. I mean, the thing is, though, that what's the money like for EG in terms of what they can invest behind this? Because they could still find MP9s might even be better than rifles, right? Because they're going up against pistols.
Okay, they let it slip. Just Stewie on the AK.
A lot of action going on in the apartments this game.
Stewie versus Elige on the smoke.
Elige can smell him. Oh,
But Elige also
spray goes awry.
kills him. If Stewie had a flash for that duel, maybe it would have been a little better.
At least they can pass the AK around.
Hot potato. Rush ends up on it. He's going to try to come out from Boiler with the support of Cirque on mid. Flash over top. This time, Flash has impact. OC taken to 40 HP. Still standing in the open. He's got tons of support. 2 guys, Arch, and an additional player within that bomb site. So Elige getting 2 and 3 kills here versus the pistol peekers. And Automatic thinks maybe I could just take that AK back. You guys mind if I just slip that through? But no, sir. Nitro instead slips a sheet over his head. It's Automatic down for the count, and Liquid up to 3.
Bad. Yeah, they've stabilized. They've stabilized. Don't need an op to be purchased on the T side, of course. To resort to other tactics. This feels like a situation where anything is possible for EG in terms of what they want to try to do. They're just trying to default and have actually lost in that situation a couple of times now. So we haven't seen what the call was for the end of the round on both of the most recent rifles. OC looks incredibly comfortable. You can see the off angles he's taking, how he was standing out there, looking into the boiler peak, not falling back totally to the site. That's kind of what I was talking about with Cirque. You know, the natural thing to do, take your fight on mid, fall back to the site, hold that hard flat angle. But what OC did, a little bit more confident, took his fight, but stuck around this area. Not exactly the same angle, but not all the way back either. And that just gets you more value. And I think when you're playing well, you should lean into that a little bit more. You can be optimal, but that sometimes also comes with predictable.
Fair point. Scared money don't make money.
As Stewie would say, yes.
Rush. Oh, not going to be able to get 2, but Nitro sure will.
Wow.
Cuts down the entirety of that B play. Meanwhile, Breeze does pick up a couple headshots towards Boiler side, and that's going to keep the CTs not only in a 2v2, but entirely split. I mean, Elige is still cautious of an apartments play, and Nitro, he's going to have to go even better. Man already survived a 1v2, and he's going to have to do it twice. Molotov confirms to him that B is EG's destination. And now suddenly, Elige comes sprinting around through middle. So Nitro going to chuck the frag grenade onto the bomb planter. That's great.
Solid, yeah.
Half of the health of Cirque now taken off. And he still has to wait. Buys a little bit of time for Elige to get closer. Who's going to be concerned about Banana, but once he's not, his flashbang could serve as that trigger for Nitro to set up Elige on this full retake. Both players with kits, so they can play down to the final few seconds. But Cirque staying tucked on coffins makes this awkward. He's got that perfect line of sight into Elige. And now Nitro needs to do everything. As he pushes inwards, Cirque falls backwards, and Cirque's positioning and 2 frags give EG 4-3.
Yeah, that's well done. I mean, like, if Nitro doesn't get his 2K spray down on the B site in the first place, then they just win. They get the site, they win. There's not even a chance to retake it. So the fact that it comes close is pretty impressive. Understandable that EG can put it together when they get the bomb down on the site. Good protocols from both sides. Yeah, but EG close one out. This is the one. Yeah, Nitro slightly falling back, but you know he's good for the aim.
Excellent opening for Evil Geniuses, man. That's a round that's going to feel real good.
Yeah, money could be better here for Team Liquid.
Again, right, can't help but think that round where 2 other players died towards B site, Alij gives bomb up. That is the difference when it comes to the 2 extra rifles.
Always good to invest a little bit if you can afford it every kill.
That's just good life advice.
Yes. Don't let inflation get you.
I hate balloons.
Really? Because you're a clown.
Okay. Shocks.
Oh!
Double kill.
Of all the times that he's pushed into halls
Right?
and got so much extra,
Yeah.
that's the one he doesn't. On the
Yeah.
perfect timing, on the jump up.
That's the one that like you can't let that one kind of like sour what you had going.
No,
you got a good thing going.
I want to see halls push next round. That's what I'm saying.
Where did those first Deagle shots go? You know, they just disappeared.
Yes. Need 256 tick to see those through.
The eye can only see 64 tick.
Shut up, man.
The 5-7 collapse towards rush. I believe Chad, as in Sponge, calls the 5-7 the snapping turtle.
I like that.
Yeah. Because of the sound it makes, I think. I don't know. I've never asked him why. Maybe I should.
It has to be that.
It has to be the sound,
It
right?
could, I guess, you know, I guess the case of the... Okay. I don't know how you're doing that, but okay. Yeah, it could also be, I mean, the 5.7 has this kind of weird... I mean, do you know, is a 5.7 a real gun in real life?
It's probably based on one.
Okay.
Every time we have this conversation, there's that guy on Twitter who's always like, here's all the details about the 5.7.
Yeah.
And I appreciate those guys.
I want to know.
I have a story about a snapping turtle. One time I was a kid, I was fishing with my mom.
You didn't ask me if I wanted to.
Oh. Okay, I'll keep it to myself.
Go ahead.
I was fishing with my mom, right? We were fishing in my town, and we were fishing like this next to this little waterfall, okay? And in the bottom of the waterfall is this dark pool of water, and we know that's where the fish like to go, by the running water of the waterfall. So I'm a kid, you know, I'm learning how to fish, and I got one. I got this fish, and I'm pulling it up. I go, Mom, I got a fish! And it starts to come out of the water, and just as it's coming out of the water, it suddenly gets way harder to pull out. And as I look down to see, like, what did I get snagged on? There's a frickin' snapping turtle hanging from the fish.
No way.
Legit, hanging from the fish. And I'm just like, I don't want to bring a snapping turtle up to me. So what do? And eventually, it just took a big chunk out of my fish, and it fell back into the water. And that's when I realized, damn, snapping turtles, kind of freaking scary.
Yeah, really scary. I mean, they can actually just snap through bone, right?
They must. They're snapping something.
Yeah.
Fingers and toes.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's the day I fed a snapping turtle.
Never mess with another turtle's meal. Careful
Now we're
around
back into the gun rounds.
Franklin. Yeah, that's cool. Wow. Ooh, okay. I've seen this molly before. They could sense the push.
Yeah.
But can they do anything about it? Automatic and under... Yeah, that could be...
Two?
Oh, yeah.
Doubles up.
Shuts him down.
OC kind of gets stuck on the corner, and now Nitro's going to feel the pressure to look and recover. And he does get the headshot, but Automatic is just mauling them.
3 for 3.
2, 3.
There's a moment there when you do the Molotov to the bottom mid, and you push down, that you actually hope you get a fight.
Yes.
Right? Because...
If you don't...
First of all, that Molotov doesn't always mean you push, but almost all the time you're going to see that Molotov with the push. So you know that the other team is going to be on full alert for it, and then your Opper has to be worried about the alt mid timing. That's the thing that counters it for anybody who's defaulting, that they could come up and start to look down, and then OC, who's up there, can't hold a deep enough angle safely and has to go back, and then Alij won't have support. So you're like, oh man, we really want to fight if possible. But EG really tucked well.
Naf trying to make the most of a bad situation here. Chases him away
going
from
back
middle.
To B, yeah, but there's no one on the side. Okay.
Yeah, and even if he extends into mid, maybe
Okay,
he gets
EG.
1 or 2, but that's EG with a 6, dude.
Okay, EG.
Yeah, you feeling it?
Yeah, man.
You feeling it?
I knew they could do it.
When I say E.
G.
E.
G.
6-3. T-side looking good. This is what you want, honestly. I mean, to all the North Americans, to everybody, in fact, everybody tuning in, right?
Be more inclusive, man.
I should be, really. Liquid is obviously meant to be like our #1, and Complexity are currently, as of now, writing, you know, the storybook of them being the challengers and them really wanting to take that title off of Liquid, the same way like Furia had to overcome the other Brazilian teams on their come up, being, you know, young and trying to figure out their system. Well, Evil Geniuses have just been kind of unfortunately, the butt end of some of the jokes of North America,
Yes.
right? They've been hitting the most walls in terms of their progression.
Yes.
If they straight up show up into this match on their map pick and can give us like this dominant T side that nobody was sort of expecting after a map 1 loss, a map 1 that only looked close because of 5 rounds in a row, just sprinkled with 1vx's, then this Evil Geniuses is going to leave a mark on Liquid. They'll leave them bruised no matter what happens on map 3. And they can have at least a claim to say, within NA, we're taking something from Liquid.
No, I disagree.
And watch us tomorrow when we take down the Brazilians.
They have to win.
They have to win.
They can't just almost keep winning. They can't. That's the North American attitude. It can't happen. You have to win. We have had so many times in history we almost get there.
Okay.
We had teams that competed at Pro League that tweeted about nearly beating the best teams on one map. Who cares? You didn't win. You don't go through. You don't qualify. You don't get anything for almost winning. No more sticker stars.
No more sticker
You
stars.
have to win or I'm not going to talk about you.
All right. At least Inferno. We'll see. So far, let's give them this. All right? This is a turning point. This isn't them limping through the first half of the map. This isn't them relying on a clutch here or there. This is them very smoothly dismantling Liquid's CT side, punishing the aggression that Liquid are trying to get away with in terms of these mid rushes and whatnot. This is Liquid faltering, fizzling out. And Evil Genius is not making mistakes, trade fragging efficiently, individual levels looking good. And Automatic, props to him. Back-to-back strong performances from Vertigo to Inferno.
Yeah. Oh, running right up into Shocks. Shocks only has 45 health. He also has no grenades. This is a free round for EG with the right utility here. This is going to be a hard one for him to stop, and the flash is perfect. They deal with that. Nothing left over. This is a moment where Liquid needed to do something to either overstack or whatever, but even leaving Shocks there to die doesn't make sense in the context of, well, we could carry these guns forward, so he's not going to kill 5. He's not going to stop him without any utility. Can't delay, especially without any utility. So better for him to play con, listen, get the rotates in, or overstack A, just save afterwards. Would have been better. Great so far from EG with all this in mind. And that first game we saw, I think, versus Big, like, Automatic was just farming. I mean, he was that overpass map, we're just like, whoa. Yeah. Like he never left type beat. But in between then and now, lots of inconsistent maps. So definitely still not good enough. Actually, Masterdom was like, you're in beast mode. And he's like, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I think we heard it from Maui. OC tries to take one with him, but death is a lonely road. So OC's gone. I imagine for Automatic, it's, you think to yourself like, oh yeah, you're coming back to Counter-Strike. It's that big of a deal. You're a major winner. You've been here for years. It's a game, whatever. But that disconnect and that departure and return, I think, he has said to some people that, it kind of feels like he's coming back as a bit of a rookie. He's got to relearn meta. He's got to get back into the groove. He's been out of touch with the reality that is Counter-Strike. So nice to see him up there. There's a lot of rookies nowadays to compete with.
Oh.
And Stewie 2K, he's going to burn OC. Despite OC's best efforts in that opening kill with the AWP, he's just kind of lost in the utility fight. The bombardment of grenades that goes down top banana. And that's going to be a feels good for EG. So what? 5v4 evaporates instantly. And now you can just continue with your own groove, as you have been for these previous 7 round wins. Liquid leaning back as they're smoked off arch side. We get this close press from Breeze on porch. Shocks will be up there on balcony with him. And Automatic looks to split this. So pressure on Nafly, I'd say, who has been very quiet in comparison to what we got on Vertigo. Only has 1 kill here. And Shocks decides to play a little proactive. Peeks out from pit, dies, and luckily Nafly is able to trade Breeze. But then Naf has to ask himself, where have they gone? It felt like they were about to hit that bomb site, especially with Shocks being caught on lane. And now there's this uncertainty shrouding Liquid. So Elige goes for a peek, sees nothing. That's going to get Naf into a peek, and he almost gets caught by Rush. The second is there, and Cirque also gets punished. So Naf, cold as he may have been, comes in with a killer couple of kills as Elige doubles back from Library, and something goes well for Liquid.
Yeah, and I think Naf started basically 0-5, so really got it together in these last couple. That's nice. That OC Stewie interaction at the top of B was pretty interesting. I mean, the utility was really good, and ultimately Stewie's molly killed OC. I think it was cool to watch OC still feel very comfortable in that spot, not really look behind him, just be like, I'm expecting you to smoke this for me, and his team does. And I think that's part of the reason we see OC have such, such good efficacy with all of his rounds, where he looks comfortable, he's hitting his shots, like, he has full trust in his team. And for good reason, they've got his back.
Shock's going to have much more of a challenge. 3 players in the apps. They eat a flash.
Whoa. They double in pit here. Slow rotation. Pulse Pop is actually coming out quickly. Double pit is very nice versus the Pulse Pop, actually. So we'll see if EG has made the correct call here. They're starting to fly out.
They fly by. Oh, Elige almost gets Goomba stomped. Naf comes through with 2 and 3. It's not either of the pit players, but that faster rotate. It was a little bit delayed, but got there just in time. Cirque gonna try his damnedest here to clutch back the 1v4. He knows Shox is over, but he missed his shot, and now he falls. 4 health, all he would have had if he's able to land the kill to Shox, but not the case. Wow. Liquid hold off. Very awkward there, that pit setup, like you said, right? Good for the apps play, but they were so blind.
Shox had a smoke out, and yeah.
Got awkward very quickly, and Naf just swings out. Look at this. Just a shooting gallery for Naf.
That's crazy. Yeah, again, he was 0-5. I think he has 7 kills in like the last 3 rounds, so back at it. But yeah, that spot can be good because Elige can avoid getting blind underneath the cart. I don't know if he himself also had a nade out, but that was like a just-in-time type moment. Like Elige looked like they might have been trying to re-aggress lane and then came back, and then Shox got comfy in the pit, and he was about to drop a smoke, and then Naf flies right there on the rotation. So EG just missed the timing by a hair there. I thought they actually moved at quite a good tempo, and it felt like for a few seconds before that exec happened, they had it. They were in a good spot. But yeah, I don't know. Liquid have tapped into something.
Yeah, tapping into the talent pool of Naf. Definitely in these last couple rounds. We'll see if that'll be enough or a repetitive essence from what's remaining of Liquid's CT side. Now, a little bit more aggressive. It's been a few rounds since we've seen Liquid kind of shy away from these bottom mid plays, but this time it works. Shox getting hyper-aggressive, dealing with the only player who's not alt mid. And the Incendiary means Stewie can't chase
that's
Shox.
That's an insane amount of control just lost right there.
Look at the map.
They don't trade mid. Banana's taken over. Bottom T steps his smoke, and OC can still open.
And he's going to find them all turned. Dude, they are in the smallest of pockets.
Oh, it's unbelievable. That's so crazy. They must be so claustrophobic. There's literally smokes on all sides of them. They lost this round.
They had like 5 square meters of map control.
Yeah, like a New York apartment, basically.
Like a smaller pocket than those of women's jeans.
Yeah.
Give women pockets.
Why are you coming for women's pockets right now?
I'm trying to get, because they don't get any.
Okay.
We all need pockets. Shox also in a pocket.
Oh.
Stewie just popped it. Oh, there's a weird moment here where this B site, if Naf can't stop it, if it even commits, because we've still got automatic towards Boiler. What if he peeks out and kills these guys on Arch? Because nobody's watching for him. Oh, but Naf just shaves Stewie off of it.
Wow, he's just
Look at this. We got 2 guys crossing paths in mid. Automatic is still in a playmaker position, but unfortunately for EG, Cirque's about to get wrecked. Nitro finds him. See, Automatic, he's able to get his lurk the same way Nitro does his, but with Bomb and numbers the way of Liquid, it is them closing that gap. Will they end with the CT lead? They've got 2 more rounds to do it.
Yeah, somehow found a way back into that round. I mean, that actually got kind of marginally close, especially if Stewie cleared quad at the same timing that Nafly was peaking, and that kill went down. Then maybe they could have planted, post-plan, and gone from there, but what a start. That's when pretty much you see the worst possible scenario where Molly comes down bottom mid, Smoke comes down the steps thereafter, and the CT who went bottom mid connects with the banana players. When you see that guy, that's when you know you're saved.
Stewie's going to pop up. OC falls back. Shocks, man. You can feel it. You can feel the heat from Breeze. Stewie just got shocked.
Died. Wait, what?
That must have been out from Boiler. That was like a Boiler.
Yeah.
Yep. Very narrow angle.
I was going to say Shocks has been doing kind of like one of three things.
But Nitro.
Okay,
Hello. 3. And then stopped by Automatic. Still tons of damage. OC almost dies right then and there. Automatic could still win this 1v3.
Yeah, he could.
He's got the bomb on him as well. He could grab that bomb and run B. Elige peaks and succeeds in giving Liquid 7. We're tied going into the final round of this first half.
That was so close, man. Yeah, Nafly was very low. Using the red HP. Would have been almost a free 1v1 from there. So I was going to say, yeah, with this position, very nice shot from Stewie on the kill for Shocks. But seeing that smoke at the end of Halls, we've kind of seen Shocks do one of three things, you know, with this Halls position. I felt like maybe they're telegraphing it a little bit, like you were saying, the Deagle watching the smoke. We saw Shocks spamming the corner of that smoke at the end of Halls previously. So when that smoke's down, he's always been there. It's never kind of been one or the other, which I think is key for keeping it changed up. Now, here's something a little bit different. The very early Halls push, but Alicia's right behind him. Breeze is waiting patiently for it. But it looks like Alicia's comfortable just holding on to Halls. I don't know if he goes through or not.
OC wants some. Ooh, that was close to a collateral.
Yeah.
Elige better clear this corner or he is a dead man walking in Breeze because he only had 6 HP.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Drops Elige to 9 instead. One more bullet makes the difference there. Remember Nitro last round, he came down bottom middle and he was the bane of the T's existence. He does it once again.
Jesus.
It's him and Naf to push downwards in Liquid with a sick recovery.
That was a perfectly timed sneak. Right through the smoke at the top of the half wall, into the left pocket, just as they're falling back so they're out of vision.
Nice call. The fact that Naf does it right there with him as well. Naf actually picking up 2 of those 3 final frags. And Liquid picking up a bunch of rounds right at the end of the half, a la EG. They did the same thing on Vertigo, right, with those 1vx's. This will be just a sigh of relief for Team Liquid before they swap to the T side.
Yeah, T side is fearsome, of course, from EG's perspective. From Liquid's perspective. Yeah, can't help but feel like this is going to be pretty scary for EG after such a strong start. What do you think? How are you feeling about who's odds right now?
I feel like there was some cold pieces on Liquid that were definitely costing them those rounds towards the A site, man.
Yeah.
I didn't even say Naf's name until I pointed out he was 1-5.
Yeah. And
then the round that I point out he's 1-5, he just has killed everybody and ends 10-7. So now, just like Vertigo, everybody's there for Liquid. Feels like maybe it was a hot start and a cold start, but this is a clash at the top of Banana. We got the man advantage to the T side. Breeze attacks from the back, shaves another off the play, and pushes himself to the clutch. He's going to need 3 kills in the pistol, and it's ring around the rosy. Dodge the Breeze. A play, perfect call. Obvious call.
Gone like the wind?
Gone like the wind.
Okay.
Bomb plant in the A site. How does Breeze piece this together? He's got... Oh! Okay, Shocks. You had time, brother. But that much time? Took the risk. Although now this crossfire is fantastic. So Breeze trying to figure out what's up. And listen, Shocks' risk was a risk, but it also pays off in the end.
Yeah, smart.
That's gambling, baby.
Yes. Eventually you win? Is that how it goes?
Yeah. The only people who lose are the people who don't play.
Okay. And me.
And you.
Yeah.
But look at this, dude. We had like 8 players just trying to fight for this banana control.
Yeah. That's like a deathmatch kill feed right there.
Automatic nearly given enough time to dive back, but isn't in the end. So 3 SMGs up for Team Liquid. They'll continue the winning ways of the end of the first half straight into this one.
Quiz.
Hit me.
Who won the pistols on Vertigo?
Both pistols went the way of Liquid.
Oh, okay.
I've been really good at counting pistols the last couple of days.
Been, man. You're like Rain Man with the pencils falling to the floor. explode.
In like a good way. Flashbangs, decent. Nitro gets into the pit. Smoke lands on coffins. So this.
Oh! Let him know.
Rush with the 5-7, also able to get one. Stewie 2K, man, with that sixth sense, he truly is the smoke criminal. Scout shots now from Cirque, just trying to hope he can find a target as well. Said, Stewie, how'd you do that?
T-side UMP.
Yeah, we'll see. Better than the MP5.
Shock's really playing out here.
Molotov's going to help him. Instantly kills Rush. They extinguish the fire. The ump goes down. The deagle goes in. And Cirque is also now trying to just skate his way past that CT cross. OC gives great cover with the Galil. And as the scout shot connects for the first and the second, the kills are there for EG. But the round win is Liquids.
NT, that was close. The explode is just enough. Got a little scary. The deagle kill, another kill came with it. T-side UMP thoughts? So that's just where the range, I think, makes it a bit crazier.
Yeah, I mean, if their intention from the get-go was only B, I feel like, you know, there's no duel going towards B unless you're fighting CT spawn that the ump can't handle.
True.
And I can't use a MAC-10, so maybe a leash falls in that.
It's got so many nice skins, though.
That's, you know, there's more depth to me than that. Don't shake your head. The people can't even see that. That was simply just for me.
You like your skins, man.
Automatics fall in towards B site. 3 smack 10s on the cusp of the B commitment. Now there are CTs in position. One boosted and one on fountain.
God flash.
Stewie gets found out. Tons of damage there from Nitro as well. So really not making this look likely.
You can't do this? Look how easy it is.
Well, maybe versus unarmored players.
Oh, okay.
Naf's going to finish it off. Breeze down. That's big money for Naf. And I mean, big resurgence from Naf as well.
You don't usually see someone 14-8 that started 0-5.
Yes, exactly, right? And that's the conversation we had earlier on Vertigo, where it's like, you know, there are certain players. We brought up config specifically, like bad start.
Yeah.
How do you get the ball rolling?
Sure.
You know? Turns out.
That cut from a different sloth.
Yeah. Why are you cutting sloths, bro?
I wouldn't, actually.
Everybody go on YouTube real quick, look up the video of a sloth getting hit on the zip line. You ever seen that?
No.
That's
violence.
Kid riding a zip line in Costa Rica. Yeah! And then there's a sloth on the line, and he just takes it to the face, dude. Thump!
Oh, so does a sloth win?
No, the sloth hangs on.
Let's go.
Yeah, he's just chilling. Kind of looks at the kid like, excuse me? The same way Cirque and Rush are going to look at these T's like, excuse me? You think you can just wrap around arch side? You think this A site's going to crumble?
Ooh,
The op's posted, and it's quick as hell.
Hell yeah.
Smoke right there for Cirque as well, so that's going to take pressure off him, but there's this weird gap.
Smoke's not very awesome.
No. Slothsome.
One in library, and Elige is the first guy can get out. What a shot from Cirque.
Beautiful.
Oh my God, go skeet shooting.
Takes the dead guy's gun out of the air to just really remind them this A site is closed.
Okay.
Perfect defense from Evil Geniuses and an emphasis on Cirque.
Yes, finally. He's gotten kills this game, but hasn't been really the star of the show. But also just of any map, like people just do not T-side op that much, so that's why we don't see it. Cool part for OC is that he's actually a sick rifler too, so definitely one of those players, just very well rounded.
Yeah, he's like pretty much like Monacy.
Yeah.
Pretty much like the best, you know. At least Elige believes so. Going on record as saying OC will be the best North American opera we have ever seen.
Yeah. The thing is that actually shone a light on,
the lack of operas in North America.
Yeah, especially elite.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if there's any that you could say are elite in history besides Simple, who was from North America.
Yeah, we had an elite opera once.
Yeah. Fall in. We claim him.
Yeah. And meanwhile, the Brazilians are pumping him out a dime a dozen.
I know.
So, you know, that's cool. AK-47 for OC, everybody else on the Tech 9s, Deagle for NAF. This is looking like Evil Genius's chance to just claw back the lead that they lost. But we'll see, maybe OC's got answers. This was a rock-solid A defense last round. We'll see if anything's going to change. Rush immediately killing Nitro, and Cirque's op continuing to be problematic. A-Site in back-to-back rounds locked down. Now this one's just versus majority pistols, so be it. Nap's up to some shenanigans, as Breeze will end it with the nade. Automatic comes through. It's all good.
Let's go, EG.
Yes.
Not bad.
Ah, the fountain returns.
It's like a lazy Susan.
Why are you talking shit about Susan?
Her ass needs to get up and go to work.
Find a purpose.
Good for nothing, Susan.
2 rounds of the lead. Liquid still hanging on. Now OC from the 1 AK to the only guy without one. He's on a real roller coaster of buys at the moment. But I wonder how long before we see that A-Site tested again, because honestly, EG, they didn't show a single weakness on that side of the map just yet. No crack in the armor at all. Not yet, that is. See if maybe a little B pressure can open something up. We do get that double up on Arch from Evil Geniuses, as they didn't get enough pressure early on, but now with some utility, Liquid are gonna feign that presence and head towards this B site. Blind is Nitro, but pushing through onto the CT spawn. This continuation flash. Oh, and Automatic almost able to get more than one, but instead it's Cirque's quick rotate that cuts this back to 3v3. Bomb's gonna get planted. And Evil Geniuses, the retake's on. They just immediately try to challenge through CT smoke, but Rush sees nothing. Going to be indicative of some kind of T position back on Coffins. They have to be in this type of corner. And they just play layered. OC's Tech 9 in front. Elige comes back from Banana. He's going to be the one with a handful of CT players here. They don't check! And that's 2 kills easy for Elige, forcing Cirque to retreat and giving Liquid 12.
That setup is really good, and the really tricky part about that retake right now is you can smoke Banana off, but standing in front of the smoke is perfect, because everything you're exposed to on your left is the site, and as long as you have Coffin's control, you don't have to worry about the con wrap. So you actually have a very nice fight in the CT spawn, and the players coming out of CT have a lot of angles to worry about. So Elige, makes the very typical move, smart and simple one of pushing towards CT spawn. The best part is you can push into CT afterwards or fall back to Banana and wait out the rest of that smoke, which will be already halfway gone by the time the CTs push in. Not easy to retake B these days. This used to be the retakeable site, but it's definitely still tough.
Already a solution on the flashcards of Liquid strats.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for EG because they were just about to throw their utility to peek out from CT spawn, and Liquid have executed 1 second earlier.
Also, I don't know how much stock I put in the consistency of that flash streamline on CT. I feel like that fight could have maybe gone EG's way instead.
I can't believe Nafly went through too.
Yeah, right?
I was like, was that in the playbook? But it's what they needed.
EG needed an opening in this, and they got it. It's Nitro down. Last time he pushed through smoke, this time he dies through smoke. The hands of Automatic. Still the top fragger. Not just on his team, but in the server.
This is a very nice for EG. I mean, they've been winning pretty clean rounds outside of that one loss, so I think money's just so bad for Liquid. HP's low on Elige, down 1 player. But top banana control still open, and it's the same exact setup on the CT side. Shocks will see one, and will they clear CT spawn? Oh, they don't properly.
And with that, Automatic going to make this all the easier. Remember, Elige only has 27, so it's going to have to take a real performance from somebody on the side of Liquid, and Stewie pushing through perfectly. But Elige is still up. Runs over with a gap in smoke. Cirque should have this. The shot tells Elige all he needs to know, and he's going to get that plant in at the very least. Now, as he pops up, he's dead. Rush, MP9, guns him down to give EG double digits.
That money is huge, though. Look at how bad it is for Liquid right now. So that plant is a Pyrrhic victory, but still a victory.
They could come back with a buy, but they'll be short on some grenades.
Wow, they actually can buy off that plant.
Yep.
Damn, that made the difference.
And he just got it in.
Money was so key right there.
Less than a second before Rush kills him.
Let's see what happens this round then. This is one of those games the score barely matters now. Both teams are just so evenly matched.
Yep.
You could tell EG turned the key. They're fully focused. They've both shown good rounds here so far in the second half. The small edge that Liquid have can disappear.
Hasn't felt like Liquid have been, confident enough to really retest that A
they don't
site.
buy. Did they buy?
A little half,
a little bit.
They could have gotten more. But
Naflight has 1 AK.
Yeah. We saw something like this before with OC being the solo rifle. See if Naf can hammer it home, but he just got Molotov'd out of the apartments, so he'll fall back with 60.
Hey, Banana Controls, I actually love this call from Liquid. The reason is we've seen 2 rounds now where EG have given up Banana really quickly. And the thing is, you can give up Banana really quickly, but the other team can't know you've done that. Because look at the clock right now. Top Banana Control, they're clearing out sandbags, minute 20, and they've just been able to walk into the middle of B and execute before the smokes have come out. Now one's going to come, but the CTs have no information whatsoever. I know that there's only 1 AK here for Team Liquid. Oh, noise being made by Shocks. Exec comes now. Eyes on Nap, slightly low.
It's 3 progress. They thought they could just jump into... Oh, Stewie.
Oh, man. That's OC. P250 headshot kill.
2 players in and automatic. Nice reposition, but Elige also joining them through orange. There's a chance at the plant. They're making something of a round they had no business winning. And Shocks also got really deep in this. Yeah. And I don't think that would have been spotted because maybe it went through CT spawn.
Yeah, it's kind of like they clear it randomly. Yes. Oh, they might. Oh, maybe they don't. Oh, maybe they don't.
Yeah, he went through CT spawn. He must have, because Stewie was still playing Coffin, so this is not going to have been called. Shocks, while all that chaos is going down on the bomb site, has put himself in such a sick spot. And now he knows there's 2 backs turned. He gets the insta-kill Berserk.
Oh,
and Rush, out. He knows they're both here.
What a disengage.
What can he do? He puts the smoke in front of Coffins. He's trying to find that bomb. Doesn't know exactly where it's at. And Elige is just locked in on it. Rush staring at his shoes. And down he goes. Shocks, in the shrouding of the smokes, finds a pocket position worth its weight in gold.
Wow, beautiful. Man, the disengage was insane too. Some people, I think, would have felt like they couldn't get away after that first fight and committed through and left it in a 1v1. But Shocks believed in his movement right there. Got out fast. The site hold is middling. I mean, they get a kill each, but that just shines a light on the fact that there's no rotation in CT spawn, that everyone's slow behind them. They need more than 1 kill each, to seal that up. And again, Liquid did that with 1 AK. They were going to buy the next round. So not only do they buy now, but they have money left over. And they called out a specific gap that EG showed them, that this top Banana has been completely clear every round from the beginning. Now, this round is no exception, but it is one where they don't have utility to fight back. But this is something that EG have to take into account when Liquid get to 14. Again, you can not play Banana, but the other team can't know that instantly.
Comes back to haunt them. Not just last round, but this one too. Nothing but USPs. We got a little stack in the back of the B site. Maybe somebody gets caught off. This will be a round where Liquid will definitely feel more confident playing back towards A site. Elige attempted one of his 900 variations of apartment wall bangs.
Yeah.
He knows them all.
This is not a very special round from EG either. You know, just USPs, no stack, one booster in the back of the site. It could just get mollied out, honestly. Or just cleared, whatever. Dead. Everyone dies on the A site as well.
Oh, Breeze heard the drop. Yes! Let's go. Something for Evil Geniuses. You know, got to give them something.
Yeah.
So that's one weapon saved over. They'll see if Breeze can hang on to it. But as you said, right, once Liquid get to 14, because it's such an inevitable outcome. And the fact that they get that off of the solo NAF AK really starting to sink in.
Damn. I was really up on EG for a second, but now they're starting to show their weaknesses out in the open.
We'll see if they give away Banana as easily as they come back with a bye next round.
Please fake it harder. They need to be more tenacious on that side of the map. Again, we've actually seen 3 rounds where Liquid have... I mean, it's been so comfortable there that Nitro has stood out in the middle of Banana, open to both CT spawn and coffins, with a smoke in his hand. No smoke coming down. No spot there. No op threat. And no third CT ever. So not only are they not playing down Banana, they're not reinforcing it, and they're never having an op supplant the rifle for an additional threat.
It's got to be now. Oh, they're not going to go for Banana control, but they're going to throw Breeze. If OC stops it, that could be massive. But instead, OC's dead, so it's Nitro's task to stop it instead. And nope, at the exact same time, we get this fight from Automatic. So they attack it from both ends. Really good pinch. Critical that they get that OC frag, but this A site also susceptible to shocks.
Yeah, this is interesting. Okay, now Shock's a little bit worried about maybe an Opera coming in through Arch, but Cirque has no idea that he's jumped out, is not watching this whatsoever. Shocks could take back a bunch of space. Crossing over to Graveyard potentially might be the play if he's willing to make it, and he's starting to get a bit more comfortable. Bomb starts to work over, and I feel like Liquid just can't believe it right now.
It feels like some kind of a trap.
Yeah.
Like it can't be this good.
But it's also something they can't turn down. And look at this. A Moto smoke comes up. 2v3 on the site.
Got to get him out.
We'll call it a post plant right now. Automatic, waiting inside.
There's a flashbang here for Automatic as well. He could flash himself or Stewie through. Unleash plants.
This is a very strong crossfire, specifically versus the Arch play.
Liquid are so nervous about all the different directions. Smoke fades, Unleash, very crisp. Shocks turns attention back. Cirque with one. Shocks, he's pinned in this corner. And Cirque's going to try to swap weapons. Shocks definitely hears this, falls away, and he's got it. He body bags Cirque with the AK headshot pop from Apps. Calls for Unleash to bring bomb over. That's all Shocks. That's all Shocks' space creation, getting out onto the A site.
Man, but he was there for so long, and Cirque was just dead on his angle on Arch, not worried about this potential gap. I mean, give it credit to Shocks for the fact that he was willing to get out of halls, because that can be scary. You can see how worried he was sitting on default, like, have I gone too far? But they needed to make a play like that, and I think Cirque needed to be more aware of that potential threat. But he also had so many teammates ready to retake. I think they felt comfortable just chilling for a second to try to catch the lagging bomb. But that's the 15th round for Team Liquid, and EG, they don't, again, they do some of the Banana presence, right? They do Furious Smoke, a couple of nades down B. They push down mid, which is a way to subvert the attack in a different sense, where you're still helping Banana without actually pushing it. So that was a great idea, and it worked out so well, but unfortunately, it was in vain completely if they just don't win the round.
Now Evil Geniuses, from being in control, and I mean in control of the first half of Inferno, despite being mapped down, they're about to give Liquid their ticket to the major. 5 map and match points. A broken buy on the side of Evil Geniuses, already near non-existent utility, and a full-fledged hit destined for this B bomb site. They hold a little longer at the 45-second mark. That's going to allow for the third CT to at least get inside of the bomb site. Liquid just hold. They're going to throw a second volley of utility into this, and those Molotovs, I mean, they could burn out all of the positions currently being held by EG, and that's just going to be 5 rifles staring at you as you scramble out of position. We'll see. Nobody throwing any on oranges. This could still work for EG. The MP9 is good, but the 5-7 falls. Automatic needs to multi-kill. His teammate's also gone. It's good damage, but Automatic swapping to the sidearm will not be able to stop everything on his own. And both of his teammates dying empty-handed. That leaves Rush and Breeze in a 2v3, but 2 players of Liquid still low. No grenades, no kit. Famas and an A1S, and a hope that they can keep their map pick alive. Liquid just buying time as OC locks in on quad box, and just one more kill to separate them from that spot in Antwerp. He's getting attacked from 2 directions, comes in with 1 kill, but just can't handle all those peaks. Liquid do it. They consume Evil Geniuses on their path to the major.
Yeah, they do it confidently. They look like the better team, trying to find these spots where EG were doing better. In the second half, were pretty thoroughly outclassed. In the first half, they could have had a better first half, right? They started off so well, it didn't work out. This is a qualifying match, so Liquid can rejoice. They looked insane. Shock played super well in the first map, and they did it. They qualified.